Okay, Pisces, this is part 3. But real quick, message from your passed on grandfather, passed on great grandfather, passed on patriarch, watches over you, loves you. Okay, so the way people talk to you, he wants you to pay very close attention to the way men talk to you. He understands that when he was around, so this could have been like a grandpa or something, that he says he regrets you witnessing him be, dare I say, part of the toxic patriarchy. Okay, he's saying, go ahead and just say, he would objectify women, maybe, like okay, so he's old-timey, and he's using kind of old-timey terms, but what he's saying is, you're a very beautiful woman, and you're very shapely. You have a very beautiful, lovely shape, is how he's putting it. So what I'm seeing is men stop in their tracks, can't take you anywhere because of your form. And they have to do a double take and then a triple take. So you might triple take, quadruple take because of your shape. It's very shapely. You're very beautiful. What he said, am I getting there? Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay, let me put this down. How do I? Time. Before this time, you didn't get that kind of reaction. During this time, men want to couple with you. There's something different about the, okay. Now I'm getting Sir Mix-a-Lot. So, the cultural shift from what the male gaze desires has changed, is kind of what he's saying. He wants you to really watch out for the way people talk to you. If you feel, he says there's like a young buck. He's like kind of like a young buck or something. So maybe a wilder, young, attractive, possibly charismatic, funny person that might come into your life, and they're going to mention you're behind. He wants you to stay away from that person and anyone like that. It's, he's protective of you, and he also understands on his own spiritual journey that he took part in something like that, and you possibly, or your parents, saw that, and he regrets that, and he feels a bit of shame for that he's working through. So it could have been like, I don't think it was serious, like degrading. I don't think that he thought anything of it. And so he's saying these men might not think anything of it, but it's still significant because you deserve better. You deserve better than to be talked to like that, or to be treated like a fetish, or feeling like you have to respond to the male gaze or anyone's energy that sees your shape before your beautiful eyes, your beautiful soul. Okay, and so I think he might have, he would have said like, hey, look at that beautiful honey. Oh, look, there's another honey. I'm getting honey, like a little sweetie or something. But it's still demeaning. Like, he gets that now. As he grows spiritually, and he can see the change in direction. And he's saying never forget, like 9/11. Never forget how you were treated by certain groups of people then, and certain groups of people now. It's like he's saying the more accepting it seems of you, like the more they try and use your voluptuousness as an excuse to get closer to you, it's like the further away you need to stay. Even though it seems more accepting, it's actually more repressive. That's kind of what Passed On Patriarch is saying to me, and also apologize to you, if you know who I'm talking about, or to your parent for not giving it a second thought to catcall a woman. Because he sees now that even as a spirit, it enrages him when he sees you being objectified like that. You should, of course, he feels like there's a bartender. So someone, an up-and-coming star. We're going to talk about this in the next video. This is just this one video he wants to say. Also, something about the eating. If he was older and he didn't eat around the family, or that was always a contentious thing with his mate, with his soulmate, with his matriarch. There was a lot of problems there that had nothing to do with you and nothing to do with the family. And the way that he ate had a lot to do with how he grew up with nothing, with scraps, with cornbread every day. And lucky to have it. Oh, maybe that's what the honey, like cornbread with honey on it. And it was a treat. It was scarce. And he said we didn't have therapy back then. We didn't talk about our feelings. We didn't have time or energy. It was like it's too busy surviving to thrive. And he wants you to thrive. But he's saying that there's an apology there. If he didn't eat with the family, or if people felt like he didn't want to be there, it had more to do with his trauma. Okay, with his trauma, than not wanting to be a family. He wanted that. He wishes he could have had that. And he wants that for you if you can have that. And then he kind of pointed at me and he's like, do you do that too? And you could work on that. And I didn't even realize I did that. So shout out to him. Thank you. Yes, I did. I grew up in poverty. You know, lucky to eat, lucky. Whatever we had, we were lucky to have it. And I do that. I do eat alone. I do kind of alienate myself there. So maybe that's a message for you too. But I want to thank him. And he wants to thank you for being evolved enough to see your own worth. He loves that. He's always around, and there's more messages, and he says that you get messages from him too. And he's just saying, watch out for this kind of incoming charismatic, funny person, and you'll have a back and forth. He's saying that will seem like you should be friends, you should be mates, but that's a practiced thing with him. Like, he could be a stand-up comedian or something. I'm getting he's younger than you. He's going to be a star, or he's working on something, but right now he's bartending. It's like you meet him that way. He's attracted to your shape. He says, but how could I help it when look at you? It's that guy. Watch out for that guy. It's like a straight man, funny man dynamic that you kind of have, but you'll fall into the straight man, and it'll be like him having fun with you next to him for too long. It'll waste your time, and it's a fetishization that you are above, you are royalty, you are a queen, and the young buck is not invited into your life. Like, it's something that you can say no to right away just by paying attention to the way he speaks to you. Okay? Okay, that's just going to be this video. And the next video, we're going to talk about... I'm avoiding talking about that ex and his dark ways, but there's something I do need to touch on before I touch on where you are in your career, which I think was the original question. Okay, thanks for listening. Thank you for your patience. I'm Walker. See you for the next one. Bye-bye. Part 4? Yeah, part 4 will be his... the tricky ways he was going to make you into his Star is Born. Besides that Rosemary baby one. This is like also this. And then we'll talk about your career and all this beautiful, wonderful, amazing life you have to live, okay? Thanks for watching. See ya.